Welcome. This is a video for all you entrepreneurs out there who are struggling to make your business work. Today, I'm going to show you the 3 things that will absolutely destroy your chances of succeeding and how to avoid them. Shocking, right? I know usually we only talk about all the roses and all the wonderful things that happen in entrepreneurship. But I'm telling you, honey, there are some train wrecks that you can avoid if you follow these 3 simple steps. So, hey, you all know me. My name is Zan, and I'm here today with one goal in mind, making sure that you succeed, as always, in business and in life. You know, there's been a lot of talk about what makes businesses thrive, but not much on what causes them to fail, right? We always talk about the positive things and always, want to avoid the negative things. So these are not, because you can flip them the other way and just look at them from the side of not doing it or what you need to do instead. All right. So, and I know it really seems impossible trying to keep up with all of the changes happening in tech these days. But we're here to give you some simple non-tech ways to avoid, getting into a train wreck with your business, right? And so avoid making these mistakes, right? So that your business can thrive. So what are the 3 things we're going to talk about today? 1, an unclear vision, or why you are even in business. You would not believe the amount of people that I talk to that really just want to work for themselves. I get that, but have no idea what it is that they want to do. Or they have an idea, but they're not sure if anyone's really going to want to buy it. They're not sure if they'd even buy it. They're scared to tell their family and friends about it because they might laugh at it. All of these things, right? It might be gambling on, do I take a chance and get a loan? Do I leave my job, right? But really the most important thing to start with any business idea that you're doing, really any goal that you have for yourself. We're talking about business here, but this is really about any goal that you have in your life, is you need to get clear on your vision. Your why, as we say, when I was heavily into network marketing, your why needs to make you cry. And it's really about, it needs to keep you passionate and it needs to carry you through so that no matter what gets in your way, you are going to stand strong and kick the crap out of that barrier, that obstacle. All right. So it's really important to spend the time at the beginning or in the middle or near to the end, right? It's kind of late when you're waiting till the end to get clear on your why, but there's never a bad time to start really looking at what you're doing. The same thing even with a job. If you have a job and you're not sure if this job is for you, really start looking at yourself. What is your why for it? If it is to keep a roof over your head, keep food on the table, is that why big enough? Are there other jobs with a comparable income that you might need, that you might be able to get into that you wouldn't dislike as much as what you do now, right? So it's really important. Number 1, get clear on your vision, right? The biggest barrier that you can have in any of your goals, but especially in your business, is being unclear on your why. What is it that you're serving? Why are you doing this? Because that's what's going to carry you through the rough times. All right. Number 2, not leveraging the resources that you have. And what does that mean? It means micromanaging everything. It means feeling that you have to do every single thing in your business. And I understand we are all business people. We have limited resources. We have limited money. We have limited time that we need to contribute to our businesses. But one of the number 1 ways that you can kill your passion, your ability, your business dream is not leveraging the resources you have. And it might be small things. It might not necessarily be money or time in the beginning of your business. It might be a friend volunteering to help you package things or to put stickers on your products. It might be somebody offering to do deliveries for you. It might be somebody offering to bounce ideas off. Like, I don't know what that is. one of your friends might be just really good at posting on Facebook and Instagram. And you might just say, hey, would you mind showing me? But even better yet, would you mind posting for me a couple times a week? I'll tell you what I want. Can you help me out until I get my feet on the ground? And a lot of times what you can do is do an exchange of resources, right? So maybe, like I said, you don't have money to pay yet, but what is it that you can offer? What does your business have? Look for those people that want to do bartering. Right? It's ideal for new business people. Down the road, of course, you want to keep that to a minimum in your business. But in the beginning, you really need to look at what are the resources around me? And normally that's people. But it could also be a place to put up your poster, right? Keeping an eye around town. I was very blessed when I had my fitness studio that a friend of mine said, oh, we made for an organization they worked with, a list of all the places in town where you can put up your posters. So instead of just roaming around Prince George looking for a place to put them up, there was this amazing list already. So it really is great to look at it. The other thing is there's other digital. So one is just asking on your Facebook list. We've got a thing in Prince George called Question and Answers Prince George on Facebook, where you can just say, I'm looking for somebody to help me with a website or designing my sales product, and just say, I don't have a ton of money right now, but I'm looking to barter. Just say exactly what you want. You could also go onto the sales, the market basically on Facebook. You can also go on to Upwork or Fiverr. There's other sites too. And what are those? It's basically for hire help, right? Hired help. So if you need someone to help you with the website or manage your email marketing or any number of things that you have going on in your business, design a logo, a website, right? Give you business coaching, teach you how to market, help you set up a marketing strategy. You can go hire people for a very affordable price. And they have reviews on them and things like that, where they can tell you exactly, people will give reviews on what they thought of the person. So that's something that you can check into. And like I said, there's all different price brackets to get into. What I would say, it might be like dating. So what I would advise you to do is don't jump right in and get married. Maybe if you think it's something, that's what I did with a couple of ideas, is I just gave small projects and spent like $50, $40 and $50, I think. And I said, can you do this one thing for me? And then when I got the results, I saw how long it took them, what the quality of work was. I was able to get a really good idea of what I could expect for them on my bigger projects. So I have hired people that way. And I've just asked for references from other people and have found some amazing people that way as well, just participating. I was in a coaching group and I ended up hiring one of the coaches in the group that I worked in because I loved the skills that she had. So you're amazing, Stacia. Thank you. And it may be the amazing friends that you have with you that already have tons of skills. Like my dear Amy and everybody else out in the world that helps and inspires me with my business. Thank you. I love you. You are amazing. And my other Amy, who helps do a lot of my logo products, soaps and things like that. So there are people out in the world that are there to help you. So I want to say I love you to all of you and all of you that I haven't mentioned. All right. It's not that. I'll have to have a Zan appreciation session, I think, here and make a list of all the people that I want to thank. All right. So lastly, and not leastly, we're going to keep it to 3 points for you today, and then we're going to let you get on your way. So what is number 3 that you need to avoid doing in your business? Don't make these mistakes. I beg of you. Number 3, lack of focus on creating systems in your business. Man, oh man, I tell you, this is one of my number one issues and why I finally realized I had to hire people to help me. Because every time I do something, it feels like I'm doing it for the first time. And I forget every week I have this live, and Amy, I'm sorry, you told me to do an Instagram post yesterday, but dang it, I left it until the last minute. I didn't put it into my schedule on my calendar. And that's what I needed to do, is make it a to-do list for me. I know it comes every week, and yet I mess it up every single week. So having a lack of focus on, and not just creating systems. I need to have it written in a calendar. I need reminders. I need people reminding me. And maybe that seems flighty and not all together, but you know what? Whatever. It works for me. So it's really important to write down standard operating procedures, even if it's just bullet points, even if it's a Google Calendar that outlines all the things that people are supposed to do on what day and ideally at what time, because that's my problem. Wonderful Amy messages me and said, Zan, you need to do this. And I go, I'm totally ready to do it. And then I kind of just forget about it. So don't worry, have no fear, Amy. I'm going to start. We're going to be doing that on Sunday, creating a schedule for me where I have reminders and alarms in my Google Calendar. And it doesn't matter if you're an Apple Calendar or whatever, Mail Calendar, there's tons of different ways to sort it. But it's super, super important to write down what the steps are that you need, what the dates are, on what days are you going to do what. And it really is a daily to-do list for yourself. That's how you get done the things that you need to get done, pardon me, is by setting a schedule. And I'm still really fighting that. I don't know why. I kind of have my problem is I just make a to-do list and I don't really go, what time am I going to do this? So all day long, I just go, I'll get to that in a minute. I'll get to that in a minute. So it's really important to make systems that say, no, this is when it has to happen. Things get in the way, of course, but then you'll at least reschedule them if you have them in your calendar somewhere, right? If you miss an appointment, you go, oh, shoot, when am I going to squeeze it back in again? I had conflicting appointments this morning, and that's what I'd say is, okay, no, I can't do both at the same time, but I immediately messaged the person and said, this is what we're going to do because you're in my calendar now. So, and that's what I would say, get it in writing. Don't just say, yeah, I'm going to do it. How do you do it? How do you make your labels? What's the order? How do you preserve your product? How do you book your clients? How do you do your advertising? What is your weekly marketing schedule, whether it's on social media or whether you have a email marketing where you send out a newsletter every week, whether it's a combination of the two. You can't just say, oh, yeah, and have that's the other thing. You can't just say, oh, there's a weekly live on Friday. Because like for me right now, there's probably 10 steps that I need to do before this weekly live on Friday if I want it to be really good, because I'd really like to turn this into a podcast down the road. But to do these things, to reach the goals that I have for myself and my team, I need to start focusing on setting a system so that they know what's coming up next, that if anybody leaves, that if anyone gets sick, that somebody can jump in immediately, that I can jump in immediately, that I have to quit looking at other people to make me accountable, that I can start having some accountability in my own business. So that's what I encourage you. If you are a manager of people and you have staff under you, even more important, what I would suggest is when you're training people to do something, I want you to tell them to either have a voice recorder or a notebook. And I want them to write down or record every single step of what it is that we're doing. Why? Because then that's going to save me time down the road of them having to ask me 32 times how to do something. You wrote it down exactly. And I even like looking at their notes while they're doing it. So I can say, oh, no, you need to press Control, Enter, Delete to get out of that file. You just put Control, Enter, right? Just to make sure so that if they ever get stuck, because that's how I've always been successful at every job that I've had, is systemizing it. And yet it's funny, with my own business, I don't. When it's other people's business, I do. So anybody that's listening, that's my vow to you. My commitment is to be more systemized in what I do and more scheduled just for everything: exercise, eating, water, all of these, sleep, right? I keep saying I want to have all these things in my life, but then I just kind of throw it to the air and hope that it happens. And it's not, right? I would say 30% of the time it's happening. So I want this to all happen for all of us all the time. So, and then the next step with that employee, with that person who's working for you, whatever, that contractor that you hire, you say, okay, now that we've written down a bullet point, you know exactly what I want that written into a list, a checklist, and I want it saved in the checklist folder, in the standard operating procedures folder that we have set up in Google Docs. And I think we're going to make that a live one of these days. Just, I know a lot of people know about it, but a lot of people don't. And it's a miraculous thing for your business. So then you can save a file, or in your Dropbox or what have you, whatever you're sharing with your team, you want it saved so that it's in your standard operating procedures. And what'll that be? To do a weekly live, to write the weekly lives. When do those have to be done, right? When do we have to do the Instagram posting, get it into StreamYard so that it advertises, to make an event for the post. So we want to make sure all of those are detailed out with a date and a time, right? As well. That really becomes our work plan. The standard operating procedures are our work plan. So I want you to apply this. We're talking about business right now, and we're talking about organizations if you're a leader, but I want you to think about in terms of any goal that you have for yourself. What are the 3 things that you need to get really clear about so that you can just avoid these mistakes? What are they? 1, having an unclear vision or why you are even in business. Number 2, not leveraging the resources that you have, right? Micromanaging everything, feeling that you have to do everything. And number 3, a lack of focus on creating systems in your business. All right. So I want to know, which one are you doing? Let me know in the comments below. I'm going to be doing some drawing. It's been pretty quiet, so I haven't done a lot, but I've got some goodies here. I've got some new fancy Drama Llama mug. Oh, I've got it. I'm going to just show you what I got here, I think. This is a big one, but all of my super fans, just so you know, we're getting close to the end of the month. Amy will be doing the draw. This is going to be the prize. Chop it like it's hot. Chop it like it's hot. Chop it like it's hot. Just because I love you guys and I thank you for tuning in. So super fans will be doing a draw of the top 10 on the 31st, and I'll be giving this away to you. But in the meantime, what I'm going to be doing, anybody that is commenting on what they are struggling with in their business or with their goals below, I've got a couple of new gifties that I want to be giving out to you. And I know you're going to love them. I don't want to leave my screen again, so I will show you later. It's this really funky new mug I've got. But I want to know, what is it that you're struggling with? So please drop a comment below. How can you show some love? By doing that. Like the post, love the post, invite your friends to the group. I got to get back to that. We haven't had a lot of people joining the group, so I would love for you to start inviting your friends back to us. That's how you show the love, my friends. But just don't add them to the group. I want you to actually send them a private message saying, oh my gosh, you guys, you need to join this group, and this is why it's valuable. Right? And as always, my final call to action to you, that's my one call to action, my mini one, bring your friends. It's always more fun with friends. But really, don't forget about it. We're going to be starting another intake of the 90-day Dream Life Project. And what is it? It's our 90-day goal setting project. And we are going to be separating the next 2. We've had such a great feedback from it that we're really wanting to branch it out into 2 different groups, and the same a little bit in this group. For our business people who are starting businesses, we really want to focus on your needs as entrepreneurs. And then there are our personal and professional leadership people. That's what I call the people who are interested in reaching their own personal and professional goals that are not necessarily entrepreneurial based. All right. So we are going to be creating 2 90-day Dream Life projects for you folks. We will have kind of one central group that will be meeting and a support group, but we'll really be targeting the coaching, the training specifically to what it is that you need. So let me know if this is something you're interested in. If you're not sure, we're going to be doing a launch here in the next month. I believe August will be probably our next intake here. We'll figure it out. We haven't totally set a date. We're just in planning mode. I have a strategic planning session tomorrow, and I'm so excited about it. And then Sunday, I have another planning session. So let me know. Let's have a chat. Reach out if you would like to have a free consult to talk about if coaching's for you, if the 90-day Dream Life Project is for you, or just what exactly we can do to get these barriers and these obstacles out of your way so that you can reach your dream life. All right. So thank you so much for tuning in with me. I really want to, let's do this crap, people. So, and get on to business. So I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me. And like I said, let me know what is going on for you so that we can start to kick those obstacles to the curb. Mwah. Love you guys. Thanks for your support. And remember, it doesn't matter who you were yesterday. It doesn't matter what happened. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. So go after that shit, get what you want, and let's do this. Okay, talk to you soon.